Hello, my name is Ana Machado and I am from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I was born and raised there and I left Brazil about 25 years ago. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Brazil. Brazil is the largest country in South America and it's the only country that speaks Portuguese. It was colonized by the Portuguese in the 1500s and again, never being invaded by any other culture, any other country. So we remain speaking Portuguese with Portuguese culture, and then we developed our own. But the Portuguese were the worst in slave trade. So the large population of Brazil within 5 years, the first 5 years grew to 3 million slaves that they brought from Africa. So a very large population of Brazil is Africa, especially the northern part. And with that came a lot of African culture. Music, religion came from there, which was implemented and very much absorbed by Brazilian culture. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, which is considered a very beautiful city. And again, you have that idea that people are very much on the beach and they want to look healthy, they want to look hot, and therefore health is very much in their mind. They work out, they want to look very sexy, they dress sexy, and that gives part of the image and culture of Rio de Janeiro. Carnival is in about 2 weeks, and right now nobody works. Nobody works from New Year's all the way to the end of March. Everybody's on vacation because it's summer there right now. So don't expect anything getting done. Law offices, the court system, nothing works. I mean, people working on a part-time basis and getting ready for the carnival. So there are parties all the time, every day. Because also the schools of samba, they need to practice for the competition during carnival, which lasts 4 days. So they're practicing every night, and it's a party every night.
Okay.
You need to Brazil is the largest, has the largest Catholic population in the world. Mostly, again, because of European immigrants, it's very, very strong, the Catholic Church there. However, because of the slaves and the immigration from Africa, there's a lot of religion that is not very well known, and it's very mystic. There's a lot of devils and angels and stuff like that. There's a lot of myth behind, but people are very strong about it. For example, tomorrow is the day of the saint of the seas, and people go to the beach tomorrow, February 2nd. People go to the beach to give gifts to that goddess of the sea, which you want to give perfumes and jewelry and flowers, and they bake these big boats with flowers and candles and throw it on the sea for Iemanjá, which is the goddess of the sea. And also, they believe in that. During New Year's Eve, they celebrate that on the beach, and again, giving gifts to Iemanjá and the saints from Africa. So there's a lot of that religion that is mixed in with the Catholic religion. And we have a lot of immigrants from Europe, especially after Second World War World War II, and therefore there's a lot of Jewish people in Brazil as well. Brazil is also the largest Japanese colony outside Japan, so we also have that religion as well. And again, it's a melting pot, just like the United States. You have all these different religions mingled in. But no matter what religion you come from, Carnival, you party. Like I mentioned before, Brazil is the largest country in South America. We have a very long coast, over 10,000 miles of Atlantic coast. So it is, the entire country is tropical, from the northernmost part to the southernmost part. We also have the largest rainforest in the world, the Amazon. So the climate, the fact that is tropical, you have microclimates within the country. So, for example, the southern part of Brazil, it has a colder climate, drier climate, which resembles very much the climate in Germany and Italy. Therefore, the immigrants settled there. And again, it's a very strong region for wineries and viticulture, which is the growing, making wines. So we have that very strong on the southern part of Brazil. The northern part of Brazil, because it's very tropic, very hot, we have an abundance of coconut trees. So it's a very large exporter of coconut milk and coconut water, which is becoming very popular. Brazil is also a very strong grower and exporter of coffee. Brazilian coffee, Brazil is the largest exporter of coffee in the world, as well as cocoa, cacao plant. So again, we have all the tropical fruits, an abundance of seafood and shellfish because of the 10,000 miles of coast. We have the Amazon River, so there's a lot of freshwater fish, as well as rivers throughout the country. So all of that, we self-sufficient. Brazil is self-sufficient. We don't need to import food at all.
Okay. Okay.
Because Brazil is a very strong Catholic religion, the major holidays obviously are Christmas, and then New Year's is the second largest party in the country, after Carnival. Then Carnival, then Easter, and after that, we do have Valentine's Day and these holidays like that, but it's not really a holiday. But there are saints holidays. For example, St. Peter is a holiday. People don't work. We have way too many holidays. And if they fall on a Thursday, forget it. Nobody's going to work on a Friday. It's already counted on. And again, all of these holidays revolve about Catholic religion. And these celebrations, the major people just go on vacation, that's all. And yes, there are parades, there are special masses, and people dress accordingly. There is one in the beginning of the winter, which is the end of June, because in Brazil, June is winter. And there's a celebration of two saints, Saint John and St. Peter's, I think. And it's all about, the celebrations evolve about country and rural cuisine. People dress in plaid and cowboy boots and cowboy hats, because the countryside of Brazil, people dress like that too. And then the foods are very comforting food because it's cold, which doesn't really get that cold, but like Florida cold, and again, the celebrations are all evolving around Catholic religion.
Okay.
The national dish of Brazil is feijoada, which consists of black beans cooked with a ton of beef and pork. I mean, we utilize the entire animal, pig's ears, pig's tails, and all the cuts, and there are some corned beef in it, and beef cuts as well as sausage and ham hocks. All of that goes in. So it's very, very rich with black beans, and it's served with rice as well as farofa. Farofa comes from manioc, yuca flour that is sauteed with butter. But you can also flavor your farofa with bananas or onions and parsley and garlic, whatever flavor you want to do. So that's the traditional dish of Brazil. It's served with collard greens that have been sauteed. You see the similarity with the slaves in America and the slaves in Brazil. Collard greens is a staple. Here would be the black eyed peas. In Brazil is black beans with the rice. Another dish that is very popular, but it's from the northern part of Brazil, is called bobó de camarão, which means shrimp cooked in yuca and coconut milk. That the shrimp has been sauteed in ginger, garlic, peppers, dende oil, which is palm oil, and then coconut milk and yuca puree. The sauce is very thick and very rich, and that's served over rice. Absolutely delicious. We also have, because of the very large Japanese colony, sushi and sashimi and Asian dishes are very, very popular. But those two dishes, feijoada and bobó, are very common. As well as the major meat, churrascaria, grilled meats, is very popular. And now you start to see churrascarias here in America.